going on, everybody? Bones here with CAJUN Today starts off the month of cheap, easy meals. Spent way too much money on them gifts and nothing for yourself probably. Now you got way too much debt on them credit cards and you don't want to pay them. I know, we all do. We all don't want to pay them credit cards. Now you waiting for a stimulus check that ain't never gonna come. I know, we all are. But hey, it is what it is. So now your boy Bones is gonna be here for the month, giving you some cheap, easy meals to get by. So today we're gonna do up chicken barbecue spaghetti. Typically, this dish is done with pulled pork, but pulled pork and from pork butt is one, much more expensive to make than it was back when this dish was originally invented than chicken. So that's one strike against pulled pork and pork butt. Two, the energy involved and the fuel involved to make it is much more expensive. So that's why we're going with chicken. Today, our spices that we're going to use is S&S's Competition Chicken Blend and the Sweet Heat. So stick around, we're going to get right to this. Now, my chicken is a whole chicken. When I went to the grocery store, this was the cheapest option per pound to get, and that's what I went with. So I went ahead and took it out of the packaging, dried it off, and let it air dry in the fridge for about an hour. We're going to go ahead and begin with the S&S's Competition Chicken Blend to start off with. It's got salt, pepper, paprika, some onion powder, garlic powder. It's got beautiful color. Now we're going to go ahead and hit it up with that Sweet Heat. It's got a lot of the same spices in there, but it also has some ancho chili powder in there. We're going to go ahead and get started cooking up this chicken. It's going to take at least 45 minutes, an hour, maybe an hour 20 at 350 degrees. All right, the chicken has reached temp, so we're going to go ahead and pull it now and let it rest while we get everything else ready to go. And now we move on to the next step, which is putting our spaghetti into the water. As you can see, or might not be able to see, I already got the water boiling. That's because I'm trying to save a little time here. Now, what I'm going to do here might make some Italian grandmothers cry, and that is break it. Now, 50% of the population does that, 50% of the population doesn't. I'm part of the 50% of the population that breaks it. So, it is what it is, people. Don't like it? Don't break it. I want more spaghetti into satisfied. I want thinner and more throughout the entire process. Now, go ahead and cook it to the desired doneness that you like. Alright, the timer went off. Let's go ahead and check the spaghetti real quick. If I can get one of the noodles out. We done. So I'm going to go ahead and pull them, drain them, let them rest for a minute. Let them cool down, and then we're going to move on to that next step. While that's happening, I will shred up the chicken. Okay, the chicken is now shredded. The spaghetti has been cooled down just a couple minutes now. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next step. We're going to go ahead and take 1 can of tomato sauce. Go ahead and pour that in. 1 can of diced tomatoes, and I'm going to amp it up with the green chilies. You can go ahead and start stirring that around. Now, 1 whole diced onion and 3 garlic cloves. I amped it up and went with 6 garlic cloves, minced. I just diced up the onions. Now, your seasoning, put it all in one boat, but the list is garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, salt, pepper, oregano, basil, parsley, cayenne pepper, and cumin. I will have the exact measurements down below in the description. Now, time to go ahead and add in the diced and shredded chicken. Our barbecue sauce we're going to use is Big Salinas barbecue sauce. He's in Texas. I know some people would want to use maybe a Memphis barbecue sauce or a North Carolina barbecue sauce, but I like the flavor of Big Salinas barbecue sauce. So go ahead and add in at least a cup worth. It's got a peppery bite to it. And I'm also going to add in at least a tablespoon and a half of, it's a little bit more than what I wanted, but hey, of the Saints and Sinners chicken blend, of the competition chicken blend. Now, I've already sprayed this pan down, and since it's sprayed, we're going to go ahead now and add it to the pan. Sorry if my hand got in the way there. There we go. Now we will put this back on the smoker now at 300 degrees for at least a half an hour. Alright, it's been a half an hour. We're going to go ahead and pull it. Oh, that looks so beautiful. Smells amazing. Just look at that, folks. And we're done. Don't feel like waiting much longer. I did put some in a little bowl so it can cool down a little bit quicker. So let's go ahead and dig in. Get some of that noodles and that chicken. Oh yeah. Chicken's on point with that seasoning. So good. Those noodles, nice barbecue flavor on top of it. Those tomatoes, just put it all together. Those onions, got a nice little bite still to them. So good. If you like what I'm doing, you know what to do. Thank you and have a good day.